Good evening, everybody. This is Jason, and I am back in the old, I guess you call it, studio with my good friend Colleen from the Mad Cow Running Company and Outfitters. It's been about 5 months now since the store opened, and business is going well. They're doing lots of cool things there. And the reason why I'm having Colleen on today is because the really exciting news is they were going to be hosting their first ever race. Colleen, why don't you tell us a little bit about your race that you got coming up?
Sure. So, basically the store is catered a lot to road runners, and that's, easy to do because there's lots of folks around who like to run on the roads. Yeah. But our real passion as runners is trail running. So we got into this interesting collaboration with a group down at Camp Chet, which is located in Whitwell, Tennessee. It's a 1,000-acre property. Mm-hmm. He's got trails on the property that he's going to let us use for the race. And so we are going to do a race. It's called the Snow Bowl, 6 and 12-hour endurance run.
Excellent.
Yep. Snow Bowl.
That's really awesome.
And it is going to be on January 15th of 2022. It starts at 11 a.m. We're up on Ultra Sign Up, ready and excited to have folks come out. As the name implies, there's a 6-hour and a 12-hour time. We've got Mike Melton coming out to do our timing for us. We'll have finisher medals and awards, shirts for everybody. We've got a few sponsors who have agreed to give us some swag and stuff. Ultra is going to give us some swag to give out in the bags.
Love Ultra.
So we're really excited about the race. In terms of the course, it's a 5-mile loop course, all trails. The trails are mixed up, though. You've got some sections that are kind of like old logging roads. You've got some sections that are single track. We've got some power line cuts. So lots of different feels to the course. It's going to be about 1,000 feet of gain. So
pretty good.
Yeah, it's no joke to get around there. But I will say that in terms of level of technicality, there's some sections that are technical, but it's going to be largely runnable if you like that vert.
So not like the Black Toe where you literally can fall off the side of a large hill.
Not quite like that, but it's funny you bring that up. So we know Black Toe happens to be 2 weeks after our race, so we understand that folks are going to have to make some choices. And I know that we at Mad Cow, since we won't be running our own race, since we'll be hosting and trying to make sure our runners are taken care of, it's probably where we'll be. But yeah, we know that a lot of folks have to choose, and so we're hoping that folks will come out and join us, even if it's just for the 6-hour event. We've got Panther Creek has agreed to sponsor us, so I'll have some kegs of beer out there.
That's awesome.
So we'll have bonfire kind of. There's going to be camping on the property. He's got a few cabins, so we're hoping to just have a nice community event and show people this property. If you check out the website, there's some great views on this property.
So how'd you hook up with Camp Chet exactly? Like how did you go about hooking up with these folks out there?
This was 100% random.
Uh-huh.
So my husband Joel, who is one of the co-owners at the store, he grabbed a bunch of business cards and he went to a bunch of the local high schools in surrounding counties because the store is located in McMinnville in Warren County. And he ended up dropping off our business cards at Grundy County High School. Mm-hmm. And the cards got into the hand of this guy, TJ, who knows the owners at Camp Chet. TJ stops into our store, introduces himself, his affiliation with Grundy County Schools, his affiliation with the folks at Camp Chet. And we're like, yeah, we'd love to host a race. And he's like, I've got a property. Like an hour later, he goes, I'm down at Camp Chet with the owner. You guys want to talk? So literally, in the course of 2 hours over the weekend back in early October, we had kind of sealed the deal to do this.
That's awesome.
And then we go out to the middle of nowhere and we're like, okay, we don't know these people at all. And we're driving into the middle of nowhere and all the cell signal is gone and we're going, this better work out.
I mean, and that's what most ultra races are like. I remember, not to go back to Black Toe, but the first year I ran it with you guys, I was thinking the same thing. I lost cell phone service. I turned down this little road and I remember you guys texting me saying, the directions aren't right. Here's the correct GPS directions. And so that seems to be what most ultra races are like though nowadays. They kind of you kind of go out, you find a really cool trail, and you put a race on. So it's runnable. You said about 1,000 feet of gain in 5 miles, and that's pretty good. So I mean, you could really stack up some vert pretty quick out there. So that's actually very exciting. And of course, you said Mike Melton. For folks who aren't 100% familiar with that name, that's Laz's guy that does bigs, right?
He's done a number of races. He was out there doing Big's backyard. Actually, before the race started the other weekend, I snuck out there, tried to lay low so I didn't get kicked off the property. Said hello to Mike, and we talked briefly about the job and him coming out. And he's been really great. He gave us a lot of good feedback, things to think about. One of the things he recommended so that we can ensure runners get their money's worth is for the last hour to create a short loop.
Oh, that's a great
So you
idea.
roll in, you've got 45 minutes left in your time, and you're like, I don't know if I can do a full 5-mile loop, especially as it gets dark, since we're starting at 11 a.m.
Right.
We've got a short course option too. You just let Mike know that you're swapping over to the short course, and you can go out. It'll be a 3-mile loop. Still some vert.
Still some
hurt. But you can get your money's worth in on the mileage, so you don't have to stop early.
So the trail system, just so I can understand, is it one trail that's 5 miles, or is it multiple trails that equal to 5 miles?
It's multiple trails that equal 5 miles. So he had already cut a bunch of trails in his property, and he's actually not a trail runner. He's a hiker. And so we explained to him kind of the interesting things that we like to see when we run trails. I sent him the link to the Netflix movie, The Barkley Marathons, The Race That Eats Its Young. He watched it that night and messaged me early the next morning. He's like, it's brilliant. I have all these ideas. So he's been great to collaborate with. His name is Robert Friedman, and his wife is Ruth Friedman, and they've been the ones who've gone out, kind of started cutting the trails and linking them together.
That's awesome. That is really cool stuff. So very exciting stuff. And so I'll be out there. I won't be running. I probably will be volunteering / maybe doing some videoing and talking to some people and whatnot. And it's going to be definitely a good time. And I think the cool thing about trail running and ultra running is we're seeing these 6 and 12-hour events are what a lot of people really enjoy now. I mean, it seems to be what a lot of people are gravitating to, these really fun time style events. And so I think this one I don't think is going to be any different. I think it's going to be absolutely a blast. I'm going to get to go out and do some help with some trail maintenance in a few weeks, and maybe I can grab a run out there and see what it's like and whatnot. So anything else you'd like to add about the race before I forget?
Just a shout out to the folks that have been helping us. So Camp Chet, some of the cows are going to come out in a couple weeks and do some trail work for us. And I'll give a shout out to Debbie, who is the host of the War Horse. She gave us some feedback as we were starting to think about doing something crazy. And since the War Horse she did back in August was her first race that she hosted, she's given us some good feedback. So really appreciate the support we've gotten from folks.
That's exciting. Very, very exciting. So I guess, before we wrap up, anything going on with the store, or just want to remind folks where you are and your website and all that kind of good stuff?
All right, so things that are going on at the store, we've got bikes to rent now.
Very exciting.
We've got a fleet of bikes to rent, and we've got a turkey trot kind of fun run coming up at the store on November 19th, and we'll have the Mizuno rep out, and he will be doing demos, so you can try on some Mizuno shoes and check those out. And the store is located in McMinnville at the intersection of North Chancery and Locust. We have an online site, madcowrunning.com. You can shop online, and if you're local, we'll get out there and drop off your packages same day, usually on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Very nice, kind of like Amazon. So,
that's right.
So, well, that's very cool. So, this is a nice short little video. Wanted to make sure that Colleen had an opportunity to talk about her race. It's I think we could use more races around here in Middle Tennessee, some newer ones. We have a lot of the same ones that's been going on now for a while, and they're all great races, but it's always fun to have something new and exciting to try. So definitely looking forward to it. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. You'll notice it's been a couple weeks since I put out a video. It's because I've had some home issues. So I'm currently not really staying in my home, even though I'm in my home now. You just have to see the mess that it's in. And so because of that, I've kind of been busy with that and not been able to get out to do the interviews that I would like to do. On a positive note, I do have one scheduled, not this weekend, but next weekend with Nashville trail runner Brittany Wong, who just finished Javelina 100. And if you've been on the Nashville Ultra Trail site, you can't miss all her great BFC photos that she placed on there. She finished BFC recently as well, and we know that's an ass kicker of a race. So she is a badass, and I'm looking forward to bringing her on and talking to her. She's been instrumental in supporting me from the very beginning, one of my early supporters, and now it's her turn to sit in the seat. So it's going to be a couple weeks, but that's it for now. I do appreciate everybody's support with the channel. I've seen great growth, and I've great support from the Nashville trail scene, as well as just the Middle Tennessee trail scene. I've met a lot of cool people. So just keep on sending me feedback like you have been, and give my channel a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. And I guess that's it for now, and I will see you on the trail. And thank you, Colleen.
Thank you.